What is up, everyone? I am still back out here in Wyoming, and I have got a new toy that I did acquire. I had the brand new Bluetti EB55 watt solar generator power station. This thing is awesome. I've had a couple of people ask me how I go ahead and kind of keep things charged on the road and stuff like that. Now, the Rubicon's got a built-in, I think it's only like a 150 watt inverter in the rear, which is great. It's got some USB ports, USB-C, but if I really need to stand out, if I really need to charge a lot of stuff, or if the Jeep's not running, I don't really want to waste that battery. So that's when I turn to this thing. I've got this thing installed in the back, and this is actually what charges most of my drones, my cameras, a lot of my cell phone, a lot of my equipment, a lot of the stuff when I'm out on the road. This is what I use. Now, Bluetti did send me this. They checked out a couple of my videos, saw that I have their AC200P. So I have used their products before, and I do love them. So when they reached out to me, wanted to send me this, I was like, hell yeah, let me go and test it out. So I've had it for about a month now, and I gotta say, I really like this thing. This thing is pretty sweet. It comes with a nice little bag of goodies here. It's 537 watt hours, which means it's got plenty of time and plenty of charges to charge your drones, cell phones, laptops, whatever you need. It's got 4 outlets. It's got at 120 volts, and this is a pure sine wave, 700 watts. It has a 100 watt power delivery port, which I personally use for like charging up the drone, because the drone that I have, I actually just switched to the DJI Air 2S, and that actually requires at least 40 watts minimum from a power delivery port for it to activate. So this is perfect. You've got your standard USB. Now these are not quick charges or any intelligent stuff. They're just your standard 15 watt USB-A types, which is okay. It kind of would have been nice if they put a little upgraded one in there, but if you're slowly trickle charging stuff like a cell phone or just a camera battery overnight, these work absolutely perfect. It's also got your DC outputs here, which are going to be 120 watts, so 12 volts at 10 amps, and a regulated, there we go, DC output. Now this is nice because let's say you need some more power delivery ports, you can actually just go online and get like those 12 volt adapters that go right in there. One of the things that I really like about this is that it's got a nice color display that shows here. It's right here on about 100%. Now it is a bar graph, so it doesn't show actually like the exact percentage. It goes 100, 80, 60, and so on, but that works. It also shows your input and output voltage, or watts I mean, which is perfect. So when I'm running things, I can actually go and check out how much I'm discharging versus how much is going in. It's also got a 15 watt wireless charger on top. Amazing. Just set your phone on there, start charging everything. And the input, it's got 2 in here, okay? It's got the MPPT, which is a more efficient solar charger, and it's got the 120 watt adapter that goes in here. And yes, before anyone asks me, this can be dual charged up to about 400 watts. Now from the AC charger, it's going to charge it about, it claims 200 watts, but usually I see about 180, 190 actual input into it, which is still just fine. It works out great for me. Let's see here. But yeah, this thing, oh, and then a neat little feature that not many other people have on here. Well, that'll actually, I take that back. A lot of other people have, but it is kind of nice to have. It's just a nice light on the back here, okay? There we go. So let me go ahead and show you how I set this up and how this thing works when I'm out on the road. Real quick, I wanted to show you what Bluetti sends you. I carry everything in this nice little tote bag here that I have. But they send you their main charging power brick, all right? This is actually a lot more streamlined than the previous ones. For the AC200P, it's quite a bit bigger, but it will charge a lot quicker. But I do like how they've streamlined this a bit. A lot of their older products were these massive honking things, and this is actually quite a bit smaller and more streamlined, which I do appreciate. It's got your standard, I believe that's an 8mm connector there. Then, obviously, the AC power plug that goes in. From here, you have your 12 volt cigarette adapter to the XD60 input that will go in right there, which is perfect. I got that. Now, obviously, if you charge this thing from a car, it's going to take, you know, Uber forever, but, you know, whatever. At least, you know, you're driving around, you can plug it in right there. You should be good to go. They also include the MC4 to XD80 adapter. So if you have your standard solar panels, nice little reach here, you can actually just plug these into any standard solar panel, plug it in there, and you are good to go. So pretty good. Good on Bluetti for including all the stuff that you pretty much need. I'm very happy. Let me show you how to charge everything. Now this is mostly how I use the EB55 to go ahead and charge up everything. I've got it connected to my drone, I've got it connected to my smart controller, I've got it hooked up charging the battery, my wireless phone is sitting up here, and I also have the AC outlet for if I want to do it multiple charging of the batteries, or if I want to go out, if I need to run anything. So this thing is absolutely perfect. This is exactly what I need when I go out. I wanted to kind of show this off. This is what I do, and this is some of the gear that I use when I'm out on the trail. So I hope you guys like this. This thing is pretty awesome, man. I love this thing. I've been using it, like I said, for about a month now, and it is absolutely fantastic. Now that I'm back at home, I wanted to kind of run a few tests here to see how quickly and how many watts this thing charges and discharges. So, and as you can see, I've got my AC 200P down here. We're going to go ahead and plug in. And go ahead and activate the AC port. Okay. Now remember, this thing does support dual charging. Okay. So we're going to go and plug this in. And let's compare what the output is compared to the input. Okay, so right now, let's let it settle here. We're showing 240 watts out of the AC 200P and 204 watts input to the EB55. So we're getting about 35 watts of loss efficiency going into here. Okay, so definitely not horrible. That's about what I would expect. Now, the other thing that you do realize is that this thing supports dual charging. So, and it can support up to 400 watts of input dual charging. So, I'm going to go ahead and stick this in here. Now, this is just a cigarette lighter. It should only get about another 98 watts, maybe. Let's see what it does here. So I'll plug this one in as well with the XD60 port. Now let's see what we go up to. Give it a second to settle up there. Alright, and as predicted, the DC output is going to be a lot more efficient, so it's not going to be as much wasted wattage. I don't know if you can see it, but down here I'm showing 64 watts output from the 12 volt, and we gained about 60 or so watts. So right now I'm charging at a total of about 271 watts input into the EB55. I would say that's actually pretty good. The efficiency is right on par for both the AC200P and the EB55. Everything looks like it's working pretty darn well. Alright guys, well that is my review of the EB55. This is what I use to power this thing and all my my drones, my cameras. This thing's perfect for drones, perfect for GoPros, cameras, cell phones, laptops, etc. I love using this thing. As you can tell, I've been using Bluetti products for a while. I use it on my trailer build to power everything. I bought the AC200P with my own money. And just to reiterate, make sure for clarity, Bluetti did reach out, contact me, and send me this unit to review. And so far, I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan of Bluetti products. They just work. They're powerful. The only, I guess, if I had to really say the only big complaint I have about it is just how many just low wattage USB sockets that they have. They could have at least put like quick charge or something like that in there. I think that would have been a lot better. At least like 2 of them and then have 2 normal ones. But I'm not part of the engineering team, so I don't know how that works. Everything else I absolutely love about this thing. If you guys want to pick this up, I will have a link down in the description for this. This thing is awesome. Go and pick it up. I love them. I love Bluetti. They're good stuff. Check them out, guys. You'll see them more in my future videos on my new trip coming up. Stay tuned here at the end of April. I've got a big trip. I'm actually going to be going down to Hurricane, Utah. I say hurricane, but apparently everyone corrects me and says it's hurricane. So I'm going to be going down to Hurricane, Utah for about a week and a half to go visit Sand Hollow State Park, go wheeling and have a blast. I'm absolutely looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to taking this thing to be able to keep all my power needs. All right, guys, you take it easy. Love you. Click that like, comment, share, subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me, and I love you. Deuces.